Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ballet Rain. Welcome back to your very favorite ballet nerd show, the Ultimate Ballet Costume Showdown.
Yee!
And today's costume is chosen by very strong request of our patrons over on Patreon. We did do a poll, and this costume did not win, but all of the comments were on their knees begging.
Yeah, exactly. So technically this one did win.
So technically this did win.
Hence why we are doing the video today.
Exactly. And the costume of today is Swanhilda's Act 1 costume from the ballet Coppélia.
We are especially excited about this episode, and I think our patrons kind of saw it coming as well, but Swanhilda's Act 1 costume varies so vastly from company to company and production to production, and so we have a lot of different interpretations of the costuming to sort of compare and compete today in the showdown.
We have 8 costumes from 8 companies around the world, and in today's episode we are going to compare them against each other as objectively as possible, and we will narrow them down bit by bit until we eventually crown our one champion.
So if you're excited for part 7 of the favorite series on this channel, then make sure you tap the like button, swipe over and hype it as well, and let's get going.
Okay, starting first with our criteria, because for every showdown you need a criteria of what exactly are we looking for in the ideal Coppélia Swanhilda costume.
We need some subjectively objective ground to stand on as we judge these costumes very subjectively objectively.
Yes. When it comes to Coppélia and Swanhilda's costume specifically, Coppélia as an entire ballet is set in a sort of very vaguely general Poland/Eastern Europe. They do have a Polish mazurka, but that being said, they also have a Czardas, which is Hungarian. So I mean, generally roughly Eastern Europe. And also that being said, depending on the production and the direction they go, they might not adhere completely to historical accuracy.
Honestly, ballet rarely does.
Yeah.
So like when you say, oh, this is in Barcelona, or this was set in like the Rhineland, this was set in Poland, you just have to really take it with a massive grain of salt and just take it with you, because it's gonna be very, 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 very like out there, and it's very balletic, sort of like fantasy land.
Now, as for the color palette for Swanhilda, extremely varied.
We've seen Swanhilda in so many different colors. We're honestly not gonna pinpoint, oh, Swanhilda needs to be in pink or Swanhilda needs to be in blue. She's in everything, honestly. But I think the main thing in terms of color palette is that it generally is going to be very, very bright and very, very vibrant, because it is set in like a village or a town. The colors are usually very bright, which kind of also corresponds to Swanhilda's character and personality, which we are getting to in a second. Third
criteria for the costumes is we need it to look like a townsgirl. So that usually denotes not a classical platter tutu, no sparkles, no sequins, a nice adorable townsgirl dress, you know, like a girl would have worn back then. And finally, the overall tone of these costumes, we need it to reflect Swanhilda's vibe.
Yes.
And she is extremely playful, extremely quirky, and she's very opinionated, a tiny bit of a diva, and Coppélia in general, as an entire ballet, is very comedic.
I think it generally feels very colorful and very warm and
very full of life.
Yeah, full of life and very welcoming, I would say. Yeah. So that's sort of the vibe, the energy. Without further ado, let's go.
Let's go.
Here we go. If you guys have obviously watched any of our ballet costume showdowns, you'll know that we have 8 costumes total, and every single round will sort of like narrow them down until we get to the final winner. So, first comparison of the preliminary round. We have the Royal Ballet costume and the New York City Ballet's costume.
Oh, and these are both very, very iconic versions of Coppélia.
Yes,
the Royal Ballet version is so famous. And
famous.
Famous to us because it's the one we grew up watching.
We grew up watching it, yeah.
Huge bias there, sorry. And then we have I think this is actually the most famous version of Coppélia. And this is the Balanchine version, and of course represented here by the New York City Ballet. We have 2 very different approaches to the costume here.
Yeah, very much so.
Both are very, very beautiful. The New York City Ballet goes a lot shorter with theirs. If you look at the skirt, it's like literally knee length. And if you see it in action,
it's actually above the knee.
And it's very short and very girlish and very like cute.
I think that's pretty typical of the New York City Ballet as a whole. They usually shorten the skirts considerably because they want to see, you know, the quick footwork and stuff that they are so well known for as like a company in general.
Their tutus are smaller. Their skirts are shorter. It's cute though. I like it.
It is cute, and I think it's really frilly and adorable, and it kind of gives that very girlish sort of effect, which I think suits Swanhilda's sort of girlish character, and she's a very youthful sort of person. Royal Ballet, however, definitely suits like the more traditional outline of the costume with the more traditional romantic length skirt.
Yeah.
Like that's honestly pretty standard. Obviously the apron in the front is very, very classic for Swanhilda, or really any village girl.
Yeah. And the designs also I think are really cute.
The bold print really reads well from the stage as well, so that gives it extra bonus points.
Yeah, obviously I love the velvet.
The velvet is adorable. I love it. We love velvet.
Because I love the way velvet looks under stage lights.
It seems to like soak up the light a little bit. Yeah, it feels really, really rich from the stage. I love velvet.
Now, if you were to ask me which one I would pick, I would probably say the Royal Ballet.
For me as well.
Specifically from a personal preference standpoint. And again, we're not costume designers. The costume designers know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But we're just girls on the internet with opinions. But for me, I really like the way that the red of the bodice kind of ties into the really bold red print on the skirt.
I love
and
that.
so you have that continuity throughout the bodice and the skirt.
I
all
think
with a
so.
similar shade of red. The New York City Ballet, you have like white, then blue, then pink.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful because it pops really well from the stage. But I just kind of like the cohesion.
It is
the Royal
cohesive.
Ballet.
It's really easy for the eyes to look at.
Yeah.
Subjective opinions, again.
Also, I do like the longer romantic skirt. To be fair, though, I think New York City Ballet Air is a little more whimsical.
It is definitely whimsical, but like look at the backgrounds too.
Yeah, it's a lot more like candy colored and sweet and magical.
It feels more Fantasyland. Like if you look at the Royal Ballet, it's very much
like town. You're in a town.
You're in a town. All right, let's move up Royal Ballet to the next round and let's continue on. Okay. Next up, we have the San Francisco Ballet and PNB because apparently their costumes are.
I think I've seen them pretty much. They're pretty much the same costume.
They're basically the same costume. And then we also have the English National Ballet. Both costumes are very, very different from each other. Like the complete opposite, I would say, on the spectrum.
I would say that too. I think San Francisco Ballet and PNB, they also use the Balanchine version. But this is the costume that I've seen them both use, which is honestly adorable. Like she's in pink.
It's very cute.
It's very cute, and I love that it reflects like the really girly girl kind of Swanhilda, but it's like a brighter pink, so it's not like soft, delicate girly girl. It's like I'm a girly girl, and you will do whatever I want.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like it has that energy in it, and I think it suits Swanhilda as a character very, very, very well. English National goes in the complete opposite direction though. Instead of taking it very, very bright and light, they actually ground it quite a bit. If you look at the bodice, it's so structured.
It is.
Right there.
It's literally like stays. Like not a corset, like stays. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a historian.
No, we're not.
But it has that very structured, very straight stays kind of silhouette.
The heavier skirt, like the heavier materials at the skirt, plus the really, really wide band of like designs and embroidery at the hem. The apron as well, that's like a little bit more of a substantial like material. Plus the ruffly sleeves, it's not like a wispy, puffy sleeve, it's a puffed sleeve TM.
Yeah.
I think it's actually adorable. I really, really love this costume.
I love like the details and the bodice here. That's so cool.
I think it's very, very well made.
And even the way it's like, the way it's kind of gathered, I really love that. I love the silhouette. I love the length.
I think it's really cute. I think the double puffed sleeve with the little ruffle.
The ruffle, yeah.
I think that is so cute for Swanhilda. I think it's the more ruffles, I feel like it just adds to like the
fluffiness of it.
Yeah, I mean it adds a lot of like fluff and volume, but I think it also kind of like gives her a very confident sort of like look. I think
she's a little more bold.
She's like I'm okay to look nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm okay to stand out. I'm okay to have like
she's main character energy.
Yeah, she's very main character energy. I think that's what it gives her.
Oh, I love them both, and they both capture Swanhilda so perfectly.
One thing I will say about San Fran though, even though I love the pink and I love the kind of direction that they went with, like making it very whimsical and like almost storybook-like, which I think is very, very cute.
It's storybook.
One thing I will say though is that instead of having like a solid fabric on the outside, they went with tulle, which like generally speaking is like usually associated with more ethereal, like fairy characters. Like if you look at the wheelies from Giselle, like they all have like the tulle skirt. The sylphs all have the long tulle skirts. And it takes a little bit of the groundedness out of it and it turns it a little bit more fairy tale.
A little more fairy tale. Counterpoint though, the tulle does catch the light really beautifully.
It does,
and you can kind of see the pink coming through the layers, which looks really good, especially when you see it in action.
It's actually
when you
really
see it
pretty.
in action, it's absolutely stunning. It is definitely not your usual like peasant girl skirt. However, it is still very,
It is still
beautiful.
very, very pretty.
Now, as for what you'd pick though,
I'm honestly gonna go English National. I just think it's a
Same.
really beautifully constructed costume. Just like character aside, I think the costume as a garment looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think I really, really respect like the craftsmanship that went into it. I also do think it matches like the town setting.
true, that's true. I really can't resist. English National Ballet is a very,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
beautiful costume.
San Fran and P&B is still beautiful, obviously, but
yeah.
like for our choice, we're gonna go English National.
Our third comparison of the preliminary round, and we have two very unconventional choices for both.
Very.
I like them
unconventional.
though.
They are so cute.
Construction alone.
I know. Wait, it's
Wait,
so,
hold up,
it's so
zoom in.
cute.
Here we have La Scala Theatre and the Australian Ballet. This is genuinely beautiful.
This is so fun. I love both of them actually.
Okay, so La Scala, I think they use the Ratmansky version, and you can tell, right?
You can instantly tell. If you look at any of Ratmansky's costumes in general, they all kind of have a very cohesive sort
They have
of.
a specific vibe.
It
It's
definitely
bolder.
has a bolder sort of design to it. It's very whimsical and a little bit more storybook in a way.
She does not actually have a romantic era skirt. She has
No.
like a sort of, it's like a really fluffy, almost, not quite a bell tutu, but almost.
It's like an untacked classical tutu.
Yeah, exactly.
You
It's
know what I'm
really
saying?
fluffy and like voluminous.
Which is honestly adorable.
And she's in pink. She looks like a doll already.
She does look like a doll, so it kind of carries that like doll
Like,
sort of like
Toy Store
vibe
yeah.
throughout the entire ballet, which I think is adorable in a way.
And I think if you look into the rest of it, it is very Toy Store, like
Yeah.
like a almost like larger than life, very
Extravagant,
animated
yeah.
sort of
setting.
design and setting. And so
It's
this
so
fits
cute.
right in. Even like the little stripes on the bodice that continue into the little like overskirt kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I just think that's a nice touch. Again,
think it's very
cohesion.
cute.
Also, just the amount of layers on this thing.
Oh yeah, no, that's very, very fluffy and very, very impressive.
That said-
looking at the Australian ballet, this is one of the cutest costumes I think I've ever seen, and I think it's the lace frills that are selling it for me.
Yeah, this
if I'm
is
honest
a
with you.
beautiful costume. And this is a side note. If you look at the rest of Australian ballets, Coppélia, like the production,
Such a good production.
they're Coppélia herself. Like, have you seen? Like, she's in blue with the feathers.
It's incredible.
She's Australian ballet costume wise. They do
so good.
like their Sleeping Beauty fairy costumes.
Oh my gosh, they're incredible.
Insane, amazing. Anyways, this is
Yeah.
no exception. And the amount of texture on this, like all of the details on the bodice here. We have like multiple layers of lace on and ruffles on the skirt. We have the
Yeah.
ribbons. We have the apron.
It's incredibly, incredibly done. I love how the skirt and the sleeves kind of match with the same lace ruffles. I think it ties it in really well. The color is really fun as well. I mean, it's like this
Yeah.
bright orange, which I think, again, warms it up a little for like the village setting.
Yeah.
But it's also, you know, bright and vibrant enough to kind of suit Swanhilda's character and
True.
personality. Which one are you going with?
This is cruel.
It is. They're both really cute. For me, La Scala is giving a little bit Halikanad. Just a little.
Oh, I see what you mean. I would pick this for Coppélia herself.
Yeah, see, I would pick that for Coppélia the
Because
doll.
that she looks like the doll. However, like for Swanhilda,
Maybe I
don't
would
know.
prefer Australian.
Yeah, it's for Swanhilda herself.
Yeah, I would pick Australian.
Yeah, okay. Oh, it kills
both
me
are
though, but they're
gorgeous,
so
though.
pretty.
They're both so pretty.
Oh, that's honestly cruel. Like putting
Yeah,
these two
I mean,
together.
a
They're
little
so
bit.
different. Can you
They're-
even compare them?
Hardly, but we're gonna go with Australian.
Because comparing is our job.
Last comparison for this round, we have the beloved and very, very famous Bolshoi ballet costume.
Yes.
And the Boston ballet costume.
Oh my god. And then, well, they're both blue, so.
They are both blues.
I think the Boston Ballet is extremely cute.
I think it's adorable.
It's so short, like mini skirt.
Yeah,
Well, not a mini skirt, but by ballet standards, a mini
That's
skirt.
a mini skirt by ballet standards. And I think the shorter skirt does give it a little bit more of a girlish look, or like a very, very youthful look. So I think first Swanhilda, it's actually not bad. I don't mind shorter skirts for Swanhilda. I know we've like griped about like short skirts and like Giselle costuming
exactly. We
and
want
things
them
like that.
long.
We want them long. For Swanhilda, honestly, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
And I think it's very cute. But the Bolshoi Ballet, again, this one is probably one of the more famous ones. I think that and the
Yeah.
Royal Ballet, because there's just recordings of them everywhere on the internet. But the Bolshoi Ballet is very, very, very much iconic. Again, those bright, vibrant colors. It catches your eye
For
and it
sure.
really keeps your attention. All of Swanhilda's friends have similar costumes with the yellow and the blue.
True.
But they make Swanhilda herself stand out with the bright red
Bright red
apron.
apron, yeah.
Which I think is kind of a fun way to sort of isolate her as the protagonist.
Exactly, while also making her look cohesive. with the
Yeah,
rest of the
exactly.
girls.
Exactly.
To be honest, I'm going to lean Bolshoi on this one.
Yeah, maybe I think I just like the way it makes it feel a little bit more villagey.
Yeah, I tend to lean a little more
Traditional?
towards like the townsgirl vibe more so than a whimsical version. for
little
Coppélia,
bit.
my opinion.
My favorite part about the Bolshoi's costume.
Yes.
It's a little hat.
I know.
Tiny my favorite part of this costume, and I just think it's such a fun touch to the costume. Again, like most of ballet, it's like little flowers or little crowns, especially the little crowns.
Sometimes ribbons.
Yeah, but it's a hat. And I think it's adorable, and I think that's really what makes the costume really memorable for me. And it's really fun when, you know, she's turning and spotting, and you're like, oh, hat. She's wearing a hat. She's wearing a hat. So I think that kind of settles the decision for this one.
Also, I think from a design perspective, it really makes Swanhilda stand out.
Yeah, it does.
From all of the other townsgirl protagonists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Boston Ballet is adorable, and
It's
I love
so
it.
cute, yeah.
But it could look like Giselle. Maybe that's just because we're conditioned to see Giselle in blue, and so that might be a bias on my part.
Maybe.
But I do feel like the Bolshoi Ballet is very recognizably Swanhilda.
It is.
If you saw her in any other context, you would know out of a lineup that one is Coppélia.
That's Coppélia.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go with the Bolshoi for this one, and I think that just about wraps up our preliminary rounds. Take a sip of whatever you're drinking, get a little snack, and we will catch you for the semifinal.
We will. Here we have the semifinals. We are blasting through these, and we're making really good time. Hopefully, we will not get stuck in indecision this time. If we can make good, well-spoken arguments, then this will make it easier for all of us. Why are you looking at me?
Anyway, the first comparison for the semifinals, we have the Royal Ballet and the English National Ballet.
Oh my god.
Both have velvet, both are iconic, and both are going to emotionally devastate us by making us choose one.
Why? We always make this hard for ourselves.
This is
like,
impossible.
We blast through the preliminary, like,
we're
oh
like,
yeah,
there we go.
it's easy, and then you get like two of your ideal choices facing off against each other, and you're like, no, don't make me choose. Oh. We do this to ourselves, you realize that?
7 times, yes.
7 times!
7 times!
We have put ourselves through this 7 times. This is not a point for in either direction, but I do think the English National Ballet has a fuller silhouette.
It definitely
does.
does.
The skirt has a little more of like a really floofy,
voluminous sort of silhouette.
Whereas the Royal Ballet is a little more streamlined, especially when you see it in action on the stage.
Royal Ballet's skirt definitely has like a little bit of a lighter fabric on the outside.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's still opaque, but the English National definitely has a more substantial skirt with the petticoat ruffled underneath. So it does stand out a little bit more, which I think is really cute. It almost makes her look like a doll without making the costume look like
dollish.
Doll.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's actually cute because it kind of brings both elements into the picture of Act 1 right off the bat. So I actually kind of love that.
The design for the Royal Ballet I really like because I like that there's bright color in it without being too dark.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I love how the skirt is mostly white, but like you just have that pop of color. Because it keeps it light, keeps it playful. English National is definitely a lot more grounded. Yeah. That being said, from a construction perspective, I'm absolutely, is besotted the right word? I think it is.
Besotted? I think that is correct.
I think that is a correct word. Just all the little details. I love that like the apron itself is gathered. If you see, it's gathered in that specific way.
You're right. The whole torso area is fantastic.
Because, I mean, I know nothing about historical dressing, but like the chemise and then you have the stays. Am I correct? I hope so. But like it really looks like that very convincingly. So
I think it reads really well from the stage.
And I love how the skirt is huge because it makes her look young and like, again, like you were saying, doll-like.
Doll-like.
So it has that little homage to like this ballet is about dolls.
Yeah, exactly. Without making this look like a doll costume.
Exactly. You know? And then you see her and you're like, oh, she could feasibly cosplay as a doll. Later she does.
Yeah, see, like canonically that makes sense in the ballet.
You're like, oh, she kind of doll-like.
Royal Ballet has nostalgic ties to it.
I know.
Which we're trying to ignore.
Yeah, I know. It kills me to do it.
Maybe
English National.
Are we convincing ourselves?
Yeah,
English
we are.
National? Okay.
We have to do this before we overthink
ourselves. Yeah,
before we
exactly.
chicken out. English National
before we change our mind.
Before we change our mind, it will proceed to the final showdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, that hurt.
Semi-finals. We have, oh goodness, the Bolshoi Ballet and the Australian Ballet. I actually don't think I can choose one.
Uh-oh. This is bad news for all of us.
I actually really like them, and honestly, they're so hard to compare because they're just so different. Australian kind of gives more like girly, fun, like village girl vibes. Bolshoi gives like super striking, like this is Swanhilda's soul incarnate sort of vibes, just like with the colors and like how bold it is.
Yeah. The Australian Ballet is more a delicate costume because you see all of those like tiny, like, I don't want to say sharper details, but almost, you know, like even the way the skirt flares,
Yeah.
it has a more like almost streamlined, a little more delicacy to it.
Yeah, because
Whereas
it's like lace.
The Bolshoi Ballet is just more bold, bright colors, and bigger shapes. So it's more a matter of if you want more of a bolder, more charismatic Swanhilda, or if you want more of a playful, almost delicate Swanhilda.
Right.
I think if I look at Swanhilda as a person, and again, this is just my interpretation of her character.
Yeah.
I think she suits Bolshoi better, personally.
I'm not gonna deny that, although I'm trying to justify Australian Ballet because I really like the costume.
I know.
I genuinely think it's an adorable costume. I think Australian Ballet is very close to like Clara vibes, minus like being
Oh, I
orange.
see what you mean.
It kind of has like the lace and like the ruffles. The length is kind of feels very
Yeah, very Clara-esque.
Not that I'm saying it looks like Clara, but
Yeah,
it just like
it has that more Clara vibe.
which kind of gives it like this younger girl feel. Bolshoi feels like a young woman who's still a child at heart, sort of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of Swanhilda is, depending on the version that you go see.
Yeah, I mean,
She
she's
can
old
be-
enough to get married, but like...
obviously. I mean, honestly, it could go either way. I really love both of them. I don't know what to choose.
I'm still going with Bolshoi. I'm
Bolshoi.
sorry. I think from a distinction sort
Right,
of perspective,
standpoint, yeah.
to me, I feel like Swanhilda's boldness and like quirks
Yeah.
is what makes her stand out from any other popular village girl protagonist. Because,
Makes
you know, they're
sense.
all playful. They're all a little opinionated. They're all popular. But what's gonna make, you know, Lise stand out from Kishri stand out from Swanhilda? So I think for Swanhilda, it's really her playfulness.
She does have a boldness to her. Like, she's
Yeah.
in it to prove people wrong. She's in
Yeah.
it to prove that she's right. That said, I really, really adore the Australian Ballet's costume. Like, I honestly can't find any faults about it.
It's the perfect costume.
It's genuinely like the perfect costume. I think it's so cute. But again, maybe by like bright colors and an adorable tiny red hat, maybe we'll go by the Bolshoi.
She even has like the little necklace.
I know, it's so cute.
I also
And
like the little headband,
I know,
like,
it matches really, really well, honestly. I think it's so cute.
And you see it in action, and it's just absolutely jaw-dropping.
It's very, very
gorgeous.
cute.
Do we really have to say goodbye to this so soon?
I really
it
don't
feels.
want to because I really like it. Like, I know the Bolshoi so well. I wasn't as familiar with Australian, and it really caught me off guard. And I kind of fell in love with it, but like, I don't know what to do.
I'm still going
Bolshoi.
Okay, Bolshoi will continue, and we'll take a moment to recover. But Bolshoi will continue
To the final
showdown.
Final showdown, everyone!
Are we there already?
We made it. Final showdown, the last two standing. And this is probably going to demolish us of the decision-making plane and also probably the physical mortal plane at once. And the comparison is the decision is going to be impossible. This is really hard.
We do this to ourselves, Jordan. You know, at times like this, I'm reminded of the inherent stupidity of humanity. We put ourselves through this for the entertainment of the people to do it again.
An eighth time, maybe?
An eighth time, perhaps? And what now?
Let us know what costume you want to see for part 8. Let us know.
What is life if not a never-ending loop
Of pain and suffering.
painful decisions?
Jeez, okay. We have the Bolshoi Ballet, which is bright and bold and full of color. And then we have the English National Ballet, which is beautifully constructed. Honestly, a work of art in itself. Kind of gives doll vibes without giving doll vibes. And then also is just supremely constructed. If I didn't say that already, I can't remember.
I think you did. What I like about both of these is that
Yeah.
neither of them are just your typical peasant dress. It's not just like your
see?
usual puff sleeve and your little corset thing and your little like dress. It's you can see there's individual details here. Like look at the sleeves and the little pom-poms that she has.
Yeah, it's
the
so cute.
sleeves have trim.
Yeah.
Which ties in with the red of the like these little like straps
Yeah.
and then the apron obviously. Everything ties in really well
Yeah.
here. We have the gold in the middle of the bodice.
And on the hat. Again, it's so much color. Like there's 3 huge bright colors, primary colors.
And yet
but
it ties
in. It ties in a way that like you wouldn't expect it
Yeah.
to. You know what I'm saying?
And the English National Ballet, like it's also not your average peasant dress.
Yeah,
TM.
no.
But like you see the details in it. You see the like the
trim on
trim
the bodice.
and like even just like this little detail at the top of the
I think it's so pretty.
It's so pretty and it's so creative
pretty.
and it's so just like it sets
very
it sets it
old-fashioned.
apart from like your typical peasant dress. Also, I love that they have the double puff sleeve.
I love
Do you know
that.
why though? From a dancer perspective, if you have the puff sleeve right on the shoulder, it's so hard to make the shoulders look like they're staying down because you
Right.
move your arm and it looks like your shoulders are up.
Yeah, because the sleeve kind of, you
it's-
can literally see it. It like bunches up when you go like that.
Yeah.
If it was really puffed, it looks like your shoulders are lifted.
Which is not what
you
we want.
always want to look like your shoulders are down in ballet.
As a girl with very square shoulders and who always struggled and still does struggle to this day, mind you, to keep her shoulders down and keep them looking like her shoulders are down.
Yeah.
Puff sleeves were never good on me. I did peasant paw one time. They were all my teachers, all my directors were like, Eden, you need to press your shoulders down. The sleeves are not doing anything for you. And I was like, I know. My anatomy. I'm sorry. But anyways, what I love is that they have like the smaller puff on the shoulder and then so the puff is actually lower on the arm.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
now when you move your arm,
It will kind of like fold in on the little crease there that they created.
Yeah.
And it definitely elongates and keeps the long neckline.
Elongates
So
the line.
from a dancer's and a line's perspective, it works. Bolshoi also kind of works around
that's
it.
true. They have like a pedal sleeve situation.
It's a pedal sleeve situation, so when you lift your arms, it won't
bunch too much,
and
yeah.
gather in a weird way. So both of them managed to work around the puff sleeve situation very, very gracefully.
Yeah. We need to make a decision. We're just like talking about the beauty of the construction, which honestly they deserve because these are both
Masterfully
exquisite.
done costumes.
Exquisite.
Exquisitely done costumes. Which one are you thinking? We should both go at once.
No, I can't. I haven't even chosen yet.
3,
Oh God.
2,
Okay.
1. English
Bolshoi.
National.
No, we always do this. We do this to ourselves.
We do this to
We do this
ourselves.
to ourselves. We could just rock paper scissors on it, and I would honestly be happy with
Yeah,
either
seriously, like either option.
Like
is
I
fine.
panicked and said bullshit, but I could go through. Okay, well you know what we have to do? We have to see these in action, actually, because that's pretty important. Our main delusional belief is thinking that watching the video will help us make a decision. And I think in all of the history of Ballet Costume Showdown, watching the costume in action has not helped us at all. And yet, we continue with the hope that someday things will be better. And this is how toxic patterns start, you guys. I'm joking. I'm really existential today. Wow. A little bit.
Honestly, I'm just stuck because they're both perfect, they're both beautiful, and they're both Swanhilda in different ways.
I
Like
know.
Bolshoi captures like the spirit and like the
boldness
the color, the
and-
boldness, and then English National kind of covers like the girliness and the playfulness and kind of like the dullness in a weird way,
Yeah.
like in a really cute way.
But I also think the Bolshoi, it captures her essence so well. You know what I mean? Like, it's so Swanhilda. It's so Swanhilda, it's almost painful. Maybe it's also just because it's so popular.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
And I mean, it's popular for a reason, though.
Yeah,
like, can you
it
blame anyone?
no, not really.
But I also kind of love the groundedness of the English National Ballet.
The construction and the silhouette of it as well. It gives very much Swanhilda vibes for me.
I really did not think anything could top Bolshoi. Like, going
Me
into
too,
this, I
yeah.
really was like, oh, Bolshoi. It's like,
For me,
it's-
actually, it was between Bolshoi and Royal Ballet. Actually, like because those are the two that I know, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's very, very Swanhilda. But now that English National has entered the picture,
I'm actually shocked that it just kind of blew me out of the water. Like,
yeah, a little
just-
bit.
just-
Like it definitely came
for-
out of left field and like
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just an absolutely jaw-dropping costume.
Yeah.
And also it really matches her vibe.
It does.
Really
It
matches
really does.
Swanhilda. It gives that like very cute, very playful, like already doll-like vibe, but like not too much like a doll. She looks like a
Yeah.
girl who could feasibly cosplay as a doll.
Are we thinking English National now?
Are we going
I'm
to?
confused.
Are we going with this? I think we have the winner of the Swanhilda Ultimate Ballet Costume Showdown Part 7 is the English National Ballet.
I can't believe that we actually went with it because honestly, it could have gone either way.
It really, but
To its credit,
its credit.
due credit.
it's due credit.
I think it's honestly one of my favorite costumes like I've ever seen in like not just Swanhilda's
Yeah.
area, but just in general. I kind of really love this
I'm a
costume.
little bit obsessed. This is almost as shocking to me as like the Boston Ballet's Rat King episode.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Where you just have a costume you're not really that familiar with.
Yeah.
Or from a production you're not that familiar with. That just absolutely just
knocks it out of the park.
English National Ballet's Swanhilda costume is that for me.
It is exactly that. Let us know in the comments if you agree.
Yeah.
If you don't, we don't care because we love it. Wilshire is also fantastic, and all of the costumes that we saw today were incredible in their own way, and they all kind of suit their own production.
Exactly. If you see them in context
of their whole scene and their entire production as a whole, like they all fit so well.
Let's have a round of applause.
Yes.
Congrats, English National Ballet, because
This was not easy.
this was not an easy one. I really loved all of the costumes that we got to see because there's so much room for fun with Coppélia. Like you could take it so many different directions, but this is the one we chose. And oh my god, I don't regret it. There you have it, everybody. That was the Ultimate Ballet Costume Showdown, Swanhilda Act 1 edition.
Please let us know in the comments which costume was your favorite, or if there are any other costumes that you have seen from maybe local productions and etc. that are your favorites, because we would really love to know. And if you would like to see more videos like this one, we have 6 more.
6 more
costume showdowns in a neat little playlist above and below for you to watch after this one. So if you enjoyed this video, you will definitely enjoy those. So go over there and have fun.
And if you're not on our Patreon, our patrons do get to choose the next costume showdown. And also we have a lot more fun over there on Patreon. We have the Ballerine After Show that is going out after this video goes live at 2 p.m. CST. So if you want to be in on the Ballerine After Show, and if you want to also sort of shape the future of ballet costume showdowns, then you can click the link in our description box, or you can visit patreon.com/balletrain and sign up to become a member. It's very easy to do. It's less than a cup of coffee, and it also has the added benefit, if you're interested, of helping us continue to make videos like this for you guys, and genuinely keeps the lights on for us and keeps the Ballet Nerd content coming to the world on a very regular schedule. So to all of our patrons who have been supporting us thus far, thank you so much. Your support really means the world to us, and we and the team and the channel as a whole thanks you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much. Anyways, I think that is all from us for now. This is Ballerine signing off until the next video. Bye!
You know, it's funny, I was telling Eden this the other day, I used to be so annoyed by the name Swanhilda. And like, this is really funny because Swanhilda actually came before Swan Lake.
Right.
But when I learned about the name Swanhilda and the character, I was like, that is so unbelievably tried hard. Because I was like, okay, clearly they just needed a ballet sounding name for this character.
Right.
So they called her Swanhilda, and
Swanhilda.
Yeah, it annoyed me so much.
That's
I was probably 8.
Jordan's out here beefing with Swanhilda at 8 years old.
I was literally like, they couldn't have thought of a better name for her that was like a little less like
cliche ballet.
Like cliche ballet name. Come to find out, you know, years later, oh wait, Swanhilda came first.
That's awful. I know. You're such a judgmental child.
I know.
You're like try hard.
I was like, that's so pathetic. Hopefully you got your snack. You got your tea or a little sippy sip of something, because it is summer now by the time this is posted. I think it's summer.
Probably. I mean, it's been summer for a long. Here in Texas.
It's been summer for months now. Anyway,
already too long. I want winter. Someone please take me somewhere cold. I'm begging you, please, please
support us on Patreon.
As a girl with shoulders that go straight, I look like a square right now. Actually,
You do.
I look like SpongeBob.